Assalamu alaikum, everyone. We'll be starting class shortly. We just need to prepare everything ahead of time. And while you're waiting, you can look at the word bank, maybe practice a bit ahead of time before we begin. Okay. We should be good to go now. Just a few more seconds here. Okay, perfect. So if you're looking for the files, for this file specifically, as you guys know, we have it in the description below. You can find that file and you can start learning with us together. Okay, let's start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين. حبيب الله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين. Today we will be starting with our fifth lesson. We've gone past the first 4 lessons and now we are going to get halfway through, inshallah, with our fifth lesson here, the lesson prophethood. So we will be learning the words pertaining to prophethood, maybe some about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and some about the other prophets. So these are pretty important words and inshallah we can learn them today. They shouldn't be too difficult. Inshallah, these are some of them right here. But we'll go through it slowly and we will go through it twice to be able to learn it a bit easier, inshallah. So without further ado, let's begin. Brother, akhu, akhi, akha, akh. As you know, I will be repeating and it would be best if you repeat after me so we can we can remember this information. So al-akh is a brother. If you've ever heard, sometimes in Arab they might say akhi, which would mean my brother. As you remember before, when you put the ya at the end, you make it, for example, ownership or such, right? To say akh, and then when you put the ya at the end, it becomes akhi, my brother. So next one, nation, ummah. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would say my ummah, my nation, his people. He would say ummah. Trustworthy, Amin, a title of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Messenger, Rasul. Messengers, Rusul. So this is the plural and this is the singular. Rasul, Rusul. Messenger, messengers. Witness, Shahid. Shu'aib alayhi salam. Shu'aib alayhi salam. So this is just the name of one of the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fake gods, idols, shaitan, one who is rebellious against Allah, a taghut. So in the Quran we have this word, taghut. Usually it pertains to fake gods, idols, shaitan, or the ones who are rebellious against Allah. They fight against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Book, Qur'an, kitab. Usually kitab in our modern sense, we say make it as a book. But in the Quran, usually it refers to the Quran, the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nuh alayhi salam. Nuh. So this is the name of the prophet, Nuh. Clear evidence. Clear evidences. Bayinat. So bayinat. Usually in the Quran he brings bayinat. Allah brings clear evidences for people to understand. They all, them, hum. As we've learned before, ka, kum, ya, he. These are all put at the endings to make ownership or other ways. So when you say their book or them, so hum, you put it at the end of it. So hum. When, is is to mean when. Certainly, qad. We've learned laqad, and also we have qad. So it's similar to laqad. With, ma'a. So when we say ma'ahum, let's say we add these together, right? With them. So you say ma'a, with. Ma'akum, with you all. Ma'ak, with you. So ma'ak means with. And. So we would say and. Sorry, with. Ma'a, with. But, however, lakinna, lakin. In Arabic, we usually have walakin, right? We say but. So maybe you might say something and then you say walakin so-and-so. So, but, however. You all be good, wary, pious. You all be wary of. Ittaqu. So this is also an order from Allah. You all be pious. You all be wary. You all be wary of. So, ittaqu. For example, if they say ittaqullah, maybe they would say you all be wary of God. You all be pious. Ittaqu. So it is an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You all keep away. Ijtanibu. Ijtanibu, also an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He says, Ijtanibu, keep away, all of you. So it's kum, for you all. We sent, arsalna. So the na here at the end pertains to us. So it's the past tense, it's not the present tense. Arsalna, rasala. As you see, the root word here, rasala, is the same as rasul or rusul. So it means to send. Arsalna. So we sent. You all obey. Imperative. Ati'u. So he is telling them to obey. He says this is also imperative. So obey. He's telling you all, obey. Ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. He says, you all obey Allah and you all obey Rasulullah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the other group that he would say in this certain ayah. You warn, anzir. So sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell for his messengers that he should warn the people, right? Nadhara. So nadhara, nadir. Nadir is the title of Rasulullah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So anzir is the imperative. He would say to warn these people. So the next we have, we revealed, we sent down. Anzalna, nazala. So this word nazala means to bring down. And then when we add the noon and alif, as we said before, it's past tense. So it says that we did this. We did what? We sent down. Anzalna. So we revealed, we sent down. Usually the Qur'an is, this verb is used to mean the Qur'an. So anzalna al-Qur'an. We sent down the Qur'an. We raised, we sent. Ba'athna. So ba'atha is to mean raised or sent. And na here makes it for us, we. So we did this past verb, this past fi'l al-madi. So this is the past verb. It says ba'athna, we raised, we sent. They brought, ja'u bih. So ja'a, if it's just ja'a or ja'u, it means to come. So in Arabic we say ja'a, he came. So ja'u with the waw and alif, it means they came. Now interestingly, if you add the be here, then you would add something else, right? Bil kitab. They brought the book. So it changes the verb and makes it they brought instead of they came. So ja'u be, they brought. He said, qala, we have this a lot in our hadiths, right? We said, qala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Qala Imam Ali alayhi salam. Qala, he said. And he gives authority to. Yusallitu. Yusallitu, he gives authority to. Ya'ti here is for the present tense or the future tense. He says, yeah. Yusallitu, he gives authority to. So that's the words that we're learning today, and let's just go ahead again to learn it a bit better this time. So as we've looked at it, first, this is just an overview again, so we can remember it. Brother, akhu, akhi, akha, akh. Al-akh is the brother. Nation, ummah, trustworthy. Ameen, the title of Rasulullah, Rasulullah, sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. Messenger, Rasul, messengers, Rusul. So usually in the Quran, Rasul, it tries to mean Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. So he would be the messenger. Many of us call him Rasulullah, right? So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi, that is his title, the messenger of Allah. Rasul. Rusul to mean plural. Witness, shahid. Shahada means to witness something. So a shahid would be a person who is a witness. Shahid, witness. Shu'aib, Shu'aib, just the name of a prophet. Fake gods, idols, shaitan, one who is rebellious, a taghut. So this is a very bad title to have. Taghut is something you should stay away from. A taghut. It could be fake idols, fake gods, shaitan, one who is rebellious against Allah. But we should look at the context to understand what it could mean, because sometimes it refers to the fake gods, the idols, the shaitan, or people who are rebellious, people who fight against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Book, Qur'an, Kitab, Nuh alayhi salam, Nuh. Clear evidences, bayinat. They, all, them, hum. So as we've learned before, we said kitabukum. So this is, if we say kitabuhum, we say that it is their book, kitabuhum. So we usually put hum, when we're translating, we translate hum first and then whatever is before, hum. So we add this to another word. When, idh, idha. So when it's such as this word, usually it means when. The meaning would be is, when. Certainly, qad, laqad, qad, the same thing, certainly. With ma'a. So I was with Ali. You would say, أنا أكون مع Ali. I was with Ali. معه, with him. But, however, lakin. So it's to mean but. So and so and so. Lakinna, and then you would say another statement that is, I guess you would say opposed to it, a contrast to it. Walakin. They all be wary, pious. You all be wary of. Ittaqu. So this is also imperative. You all keep away. Ijtanibu. So ijtanibu, you all keep away. We sent. Arsalna. We sent. Na at the end makes it us. We sent it. You all obey. Ati'u. Ati'u Allah. You all obey Allah. The imperative. Allah is ordering you to do it. You warn. Anzir. So warn the people. You would say anzir. Anzir qawmaka. So you warn your people, your qawm, your group. We revealed. We sent down. Anzalna. We raised. We sent. Ba'athna. They brought. Ja'u bi. As we said, ja'u by itself would mean they came, but when you put bi at the end, it is they brought. He said, qala. He gives authority. Yusallitu. So these are the words that we've learned today. From here on, it was the verbs, and before these were the other words. So now we can start learning them in our exercises. So we will begin by our first exercises, which is taking the Arabic words and finding the English meaning. So we have A and B. We sent, we revealed, we will send, we revealed. So we have أرسلنا, أنزلنا, أنذر اتقوا, بينات, بأثنا, جاءوا به, اجتنبوا, إذ معا. So it shouldn't be too difficult. You can just look at the meanings here and you'll be able to find if it's A or B. So I'll just give you one moment here to look at this and try to find the answers of this. Okay, just one more moment before we take it up together. Okay, now it shouldn't be too difficult, so let's use this highlighter to understand and find the answer. أرسلنا, أنزلنا, we sent or we revealed. Or it is we will send and we revealed. So أرسلنا, أنزلنا, we sent, we revealed, we will send, we revealed. As we know here, na is usually, it always pertains to the past tense. So it would be the past tense. And as we see here, we will send is the future. So it surely has to be a. We sent, أرسلنا, أنزلنا, we revealed. So here it's we will send, right? So in this case, there would be a noon first. And this na would not be here. So it would most likely be nursilu or narsilu. We will send. Sawfa narsilu in Arabic, you could say. The next one, anzir ittaqu. You all warn, be God wary, all of you. You warn, you all be God wary. So these have the same meaning, but we should watch for this. You all. It's saying it's plural, whereas here it is singular. If we look here, anzir, this is singular. If it's anziru, we know that will be you all. So we know for sure that it has to be the first one. And if we look at the next one, you all be God wary. Ittaqu, waw alif, right? So we know for sure that this is plural. So plural, plural, and the first one singular, singular. Here it is plural. So andiru, this would be. So it is B. The next one, bayyinat, ba'athna, clear evidences, we raised. Clear signs, you have been raised. So as you can see here, bayyanat, clear evidences, clear signs. And now let's look at the second one. Ba'ath na, as we've seen before. Na here, it is usually for the past tense and to say we did that action. So we raised. Here it says you have been raised. So most likely this would not be the answer because na is for us. We're doing that task. So it would surely be A, not B. Ba'athna. Bayyanat, ba'athna. Clear evidences, we raised. And I think if we've looked at it before in our lesson, in ba'athna, we said it was we raised. And for bayyanat, it says clear evidences. So it would not be clear signs. It would be clear evidences. The next one, number 4. Ja'u bih. Ijtanibu. I brought, they keep away. They brought, you all keep away. So, ja'u bih, we said this is not for someone to come. It would be someone to bring something in the past tense. Ja'u, we know waw alif here, it's to mean they. So, they brought. I brought, we know that it's not that one. They brought, we know that it's this one. And just so we can be sure, you all keep away. Ijtanibu. So this is the imperative. So Allah is ordering, Ijtanibu. You all keep away. So this is they keep away. So that would be wrong. You all keep away. Perfect. So now we know that it's B. Next one. Idh ma'a. When, with. B is where, with. So we know both of them has with. So ma'a, we can be sure that it means with. Idh, does it mean when or does it mean where? We know idh means when. Idha, idh. So when with idh ma'a. So now let's go to the second one and let's answer to these ones. This time we will have English words and we will try to find which one corresponds with the English word. Laqad idh la ma'a, for certainly. So we'll just take a moment here to try to answer these before we answer these all together. Okay, we'll take one more moment before we take it up together. Shouldn't be too difficult. It's just 2 words here for each of them. Okay, now we can try to take it up together. So the first one here. Certainly when. لقد إذ. لا مع. So لقد, certainly, and la. We know that la here also means certainly from our first lesson. So we would say that, okay, let's look at the next one. When, إذ, or ma'a. So here we can see ma'a, we knew that it means with. So ma'akum, with you all. So we know it's not ma'a, we know it's idh. And if we look at the one before, idh meant when. So we know that for sure that it's a. So we would say laqad idh, certainly, laqad, when, idh. So the next one, messengers, witness, rasul, shaheed, rusul, shahid. So for this one, we have to understand our plurals and singulars. So it's testing us here. So it says messengers, witness. So messengers is plural, witness is singular. Rasul, we know that Rasul means singular. Shaheed is shaheed. So Rasul, we know that this one is singular, but we're looking for plural here. So Rusul, plural, that's the plural. So messengers, Rusul, we know that. So let's look at the next one. Witness, Shahid. We know that Shahid is singular. So Shahid would be, the answer would be B. Messengers, witness, Rusul, Shahid. Okay, so that's B. Now for the next one. He said, brother. قال أخو. قيل أخي. So we know that both of these are akh. So we can understand that they both of them mean brother. So we'd have to look at the first one, right? قال قيل. So we looked in the lesson, we know that قال means he said. So we can be sure that it's A. قيل would usually be, if I'm not mistaken, it would mean it was said to them. قيل was, for example, it wouldn't be they said it. We would say it was said to them. So they were the ones that received this, these words or these sayings, whatever is said after. So it would be qala. So we know that it is A. Number 4, you all obey. He gives authority to. Ittaqu. Yusallitu. Yusallitu. Ati'u. Yusallitu. Okay, so we know yusallitu comes twice. So we know that it means he gives authority to. So is it ittaqu or ati'u? You all obey. We know in our lesson that we learned ati'u is you all obey. Ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul wa lil amri minkum. So you all obey. That's what we have in the Quran. Usually all the time, many times we have ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul. We have this line specifically. So Allah orders you. He says, you all obey Allah and you all obey Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi. So it would not be ittaqu. If we can look in our lesson here, ittaqu means be God-wary or be pious. Taqwa. So it would not be obeying, but rather ata'a is obeying. So atiyu would be, it would be B. You all obey. Atiyu, he gives authority. Yusallitu. The next one, the last one here. The book, trustworthy. Al-kitab, amin. Al-Qur'an, shahid. So the book, we know in our contemporary, in our Arabic time now, we would say the book is kitab, right? So kitab would mean book. So surely it would be A. Quran would be Quran. But just to make sure, we can go to the next one. Trustworthy, Amin, Shahid. Shahid, we know it is a witness. So Rasulullah's title, Amin. So it would be A. The book, Al-Kitab, trustworthy, Amin. So number 5, it would be A. And that's that. So now we can move on to number 2. So we can just look at it again. You can check it just to make sure. And now we move on to number 2. So number 2, we have these ones here. So let's try to answer the one on the bottom here together, just because it's separate and we won't be able to fit all of them. So the number 5 here is جاءوهم بالبينات. They brought them clear evidences. He brought them clear evidences. جاءوا به. As you can see, hum has been split, these two. We know that جاءوا به is what we've learned, so this is one word. Hum just seems to be in the middle, so it has been, it's just, because when we say جاءوا hum, he brought to them. So that will be why hum is here. But we know جاءوا به is they brought. So we know it would be A, not B. جاء به would be he brought. We know the alif waw here was for they, to make it plural. So جاءوهم, they brought them bayinat, clear evidences. So we know that it is A, not B. So now I'll give you time just to go for the next 4 that are all together and try to answer these. So maybe you might not understand. There's annotation here, and we can look at that together. But try to answer it to the best of your abilities, and we can look at it together in a few moments. And as you know, just to remind again, we have the book available in our description. So you can, as always, check our Google Drive and download the book and look at it yourself. If you're ever confused on any of the words, you can look at it at your own folder and see what it means. All of the words that we're looking at here, we have already learned in the past 5 lessons. Okay, one more moment before we take it up together. Okay, let's answer the next 4 together. So, إذ قال لهم أخوهم, when قال, he said, or said, I guess it seems to be here, said, lahum, for them. It seems that there is no for them here. Their brother or your brother. I am your brother, their brother. So when I said for them, their brother, when said for them, their brother, when he said, I am your brother. إذ قال لهم أخوهم. So, إذ قال لهم, when said for them, when he said. So we know for sure that there is no for them here on the second one. So B, it's a bit confusing here because they're very close together. But if we try to understand it together, إذ, when, we know both of them has it, said, lahum, for them, أخو, أخ, we know أخ is brother, hum, their brother. When said for them, their brother. When said for them, their brother. So it would be A. The fluency of the sentence here is a bit iffy, but we can understand that it is A. It would not be B, because he says, when he said, I am your brother, there's no kum at the end, right? Your brother. So we know for sure that it can't be B. So the next one, Wallahu ala kulli shay'in qadir. So we've learned at this before. So in our last lessons, Wallah, and Allah is upon all things, all knowing. And Allah is upon all things, all powerful. We have very similar sentence. So we know that many of the words here are similar. and Allah, wallah, ala, upon, kulli shay, all things, everything, qadir. We know qadir is powerful because qadara, to mean power. Alim would be all-knowing, so we would know it would be B. And Allah is upon all things all-powerful. Wallahu ala kulli shayin qadir. The next one, inni lakum rasulun ameen. Certainly I am for you all a messenger, trustworthy. I am for you all a messenger. So this seems to be a bit more cut down than this. There's some words that might be missing. So would it be A or B? Let's look at it together. So, inni lakum rasulun ameen. In, as we know, inna, it is certainly. So that is why this seems to be two words that are stuck together. So on one hand, we have inna, and on the other hand, we have ya. So when we say kitabi or such, right, we put ya at the end. So inna, ya, inni. So when we add them together, it becomes inni. So it is certainly I, for you all. So this is a group, not just lekka. It would be lakum. Certainly I am for you all. Rasul, a messenger. Ameen, trustworthy. Certainly I am for you all a messenger, trustworthy. I am for you all a messenger. We're missing Ameen here in the second sentence too, so we know for sure that it would be A. Inni lakum rasulun ameen. Certainly I am for you all a messenger, trustworthy. So it would be A. And in the last one here, ittaqullah wa ati'un. Be wary, you all, of Allah, and obey him, you all. You all be aware of Allah, and you all obey me. So we have an annotation here. So let's just look at the bottom. Ati'un actually was atiyuni. Oh, we see that there's a ya at the end. Okay, that's very interesting. The noon is additional, extra, without any meaning. So if we don't have a noon here, right, in atiyuni, then it would be atiyui. And it sounds very off, you would say, right? Because it wouldn't be very fluent sounding. Atiyui. Because of that, we have that noon that's added, so it becomes atiyuni. So atiyuni is atiyu. We said you all obey. Allah is using the imperative to say to tell you to do this. So he says, beware. You would say obey me. Yeah, the ya at the end is just like hu, hom, ka, kum, like we learned. We put that at the end. So atiyuni. But it seems that the ya here has been omitted as per the Arabic grammar rules. Hence it translates to obey me, you all. The ya is not put at the end because it seems that it's at the end of the sentence. So the ya gets cut off. But we know based on this kasra here, usually this is a bit difficult and it's a bit more higher level, but we can understand it to an extent. Watiyu ne. Because the ya is cut out here, it becomes atli'un. So it might look like a new word, but as we know, it's just atli'u and ya. So you obey me, you all. So ittaqu, you all be aware of Allah. You be aware, you all of Allah. You all be aware of Allah. Wa atiyuni. So, and you all obey me. And obey him, you all. Or, and you all obey me. So, for sure it would be B. So it's just a bit more confusing. There's a bit of a grammatical context here, and it might be a bit difficult to understand. But the basic premise is atli'un. If you ever see this here, it usually would mean atli'uni. You all obey me. But it's just the ya has been cut off and the noon has been added to make it more easier to understand. And we've already answered the last one. So now we'll go to the Qur'anic phrases. So we have our Qur'anic phrases split up. So I'll give you a moment just to look at the first 7, and then I'll move to the next 5 or the next 6 so you can look at them. So first I'll give you 2 minutes or so to look at this one, and then another 2 minutes to look at this one, and you can just answer these yourself. Or if you have the document, you can look at it yourself. So I'll just leave it here and we'll answer it together in a few moments. Okay, now we'll move on to the next one. Don't worry if you haven't been able to answer it. We'll just look at it together. Okay, I don't want to take too much time today. So let's just answer these together now and try to find the answers of these next 13 phrases. So it's a bit more than usual. We usually have 10 or 9 or such. So this time we have 13, and let's just answer them together. Don't worry if you weren't able to get all of them. We can answer them together and you will be able to still understand from these phrases. Le, kulle, umma. We know le is for, kulle, all, umma. Umma, we said nations. So even all, we can say every nation. For every nation. For kulle umma. For all or every nation. So the next one we have inna arsalna. Just like we had inni before, right? We said inni. Here we have inna. And this is also very similar. We have inna and na. As we learn, na is usually means us. So certainly us. Certainly we. So we know that inna is certainly we. Arsalna. Arsalna, as we know before, it means sent. And na here, we know for sure that this is us that's doing this action. So we can be certain about it. Certainly we sent. Inna arsalna. Okay, and we can also look at the annotation just to understand it better. Inna actually was inna and na. And for the fluency, it has been combined as inna. Hence it translates to certainly we. So as you can see here, inna na. So normally if you would see it, and if you would see inna na, that would be very weird. So just for the fluency's sake, they've added them together to make it inna. Okay. Ilaykum rasulan. Ilaykum, towards you. You all. Messenger. A messenger. Not messengers, because that would be rusulan. Rather we have rasulan. So rasul, rasulan. Towards you all, messenger, a messenger. So maybe you can add these together. Inna arsalna ilaykum rasulan. Certainly we sent towards you all a messenger. So the next one, shahidan alaykum. Shahid, we know it means witness. Alaykum, ala. We know ala means upon. Kum, you all. A witness upon you all. Shahidan alaykum. Walaqad, let's look here. Laqad is la and qad. And we've learned both of them together, so we know it means certainly. And certainly, so la, as we know, means certainly, and qad means certainly, so there's no issue with that. Adding them together is certainly. Arsalna, and certainly we sent. Walaqad arsalna, and certainly we sent. Number 6, ila qawmihi. To, so we know it's to. Qawmihi. Qawm, if I'm not mistaken, let's just look at it together. I'll just get a view here to see that we don't make any mistakes here. Qawm is, let's just look here. Qawm, I know it means like a community group or such. So I just want to look into the word that they've given us just to be similar. So I just want to see what they've given us for qawm, so I can add that in. Just 1 second. Let's go back here. People. Yeah, so it does mean people. To he, he is his qawm, people. So like group, people, that's what qawm would mean. But I just was looking to see what exactly they've given us as the word for qawm. So it is people, to his people. Ila qawm mihi. As you can see, the he here is ownership of people. So to his people, not just any people, to his people. Qawmihi. Andir qawmaka. To warn, or just warn. He's giving the imperative to say andir. You warn. There's no waw alif, so we know it's not a plural. So you would say andir qawmaka. Ka, we know, is yours. Warn your people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might tell this to a prophet, right? He would say andir qawmaka. Warn your people. Qawm, people, yours. Warn, people, yours. Warn your people. So the next one, arsalna Nuhan. We sent Noah, or we sent Nuh, alayhi salam. Seems a bit bigger. We have the font here, but it's we sent Nuh. Arsalna Nuhan. Okay, so now we go to the next one. Let's make it a bit smaller. 18. فقال, then he said, Ya qawmi. Ya, let's see here the annotation we have here. Ya qawmi actually was Ya qawmi. Ya qawm plus Ya. And Ya was omitted as per the Arabic grammar. Hence it translates to, O my people. So we know Ya ayyuha means O, and qawm, people. Ya here means mine, right? To give ownership to the people. Ya qawmi. But Ya has been omitted because of Arabic grammar purposes. So it is, as you see, it's the end of the sentence. So they've omitted it. But we understand that he said, oh, my people. So we know for sure that فَقَالَ يَا قَوْمِ is, then he said, oh, my people. أُعْبُدُوا اللَّهِ. So, ibadah, worship. Worship Allah. فَقَالَ يَا قَوْمِ قَوْمِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهِ. Then he said, oh, my people, worship Allah. U'budu, this is the imperative. Ibadah, worship Allah. The next one, rusulana. Our, as we know, na here at the end makes it our. Rusul, messengers. Bil, with, you can say. Bayanat, clear. Bayanat here. Let's just go ahead and check the lesson. Bil bayanat, clear evidences. So here we would say our messengers with clear evidences. Okay. So let's just try to move this up here. Perfect. Anzalna, we sent down, or we sent. So anzalna, we usually say this for the Quran, right? We sent down, or we revealed. We sent down. Ma'ahum, with. We said ma'a is with, hum and is means them, right? We sent down with them. Anzalna ma'ahum. فَجَاءُوهُمْ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ. Fa, we said it means then. جَاءُوهُمْ بِهِ. As you know, we said جَاءُوا بِهِ. And the hum seems to have split the two. But we know for sure that it's جَاءُوا بِهِ, as we've learned in our lesson. So, and then they brought to them clear signs. Then brought to them clear signs. So this would be the prophets, you could say. The prophets brought to them, to those people, to their, we could say their qawm, to their people, clear signs. Bil bayinat. Sometimes we can say this is Qur'an. They brought the Qur'an. So to say that this is the clear signs or clear evidences would be better, as we've learned in our lesson. Clear evidences. And now we move on to our last one. This is number 4, and we'll end our class off here. So as we know here, it's just fill in the blanks, our last lesson. So just look at these. Some of these words are already translated, so fill in the blanks. This should not take too long. So I'll just give you a moment to answer these 4, and we can end off our class for today, inshallah. Okay, so I'll just give one moment. Okay, we're a bit short on time today, so let's go ahead and answer these together now. So please fill in the blanks. إنا أرسلنا إليكم رسولا شاهدا عليكم. Okay, so we have إليكم and عليكم here. So إنا, as we know, إنا means in, which means certainly, and na, we. So أرسلنا, إنا أرسلنا, certainly we sent. We know that sent is missing here, so we can put in certainly we sent. Towards you all, إليكم رسولا, a messenger. Shahidan, witness, right? We said shahidan is a witness, a shahid. So we can maybe add as a, just to make it more fluent here. Certainly we sent towards you all a witness, maybe a messenger. Certainly we sent towards you all a messenger, a witness upon you all. So this messenger is a witness, is a shahid. Inna arsalna ilaykum rasulan shahidan alaykum. Certainly we sent towards you all a messenger, a witness upon you all. So these are together, a messenger, a witness. So Allah has sent one who is both of these. Okay, next. لقد أرسلنا نوحا إلى قومه فقال يا قوم اعبدوا الله. لقد, certainly. Okay, we're missing certainly here, so we can add that in. Certainly. أرسلنا نوحا. We sent Nuh. We sent Nuh alayhi salam. إلى قومه. إلى قومه. So the he here is his people, right? Towards, to his people. قومه. Okay. فقال. So he said, Ya qawmi, O my people. As we know, the ya has been omitted for grammatical purposes. O my people, U'budullah. U'budu abada. You all. He says to his people, worship Allah. لقد أرسلنا نوحا إلى قومه فقال يا قوم اعبدوا الله. Certainly we sent Nuh alayhi salam to his people. So he said, O my people, worship Allah, or Abdullah. Qawmi Abdullah. If we add the kasra here. So that is number 2. Number 3. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مِنْ قَبْلِكَ رُسُلًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِمْ فَجَاءُوهُمْ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا. Certainly we sent. And certainly and we sent. مِنْ قَبْلِكَ. Min, as we know, min is from. Qabl, before. You, from before you. There's no before you or anything here, so we sent from before you. And certainly we sent from before you, min qablika, rusulan, messengers, ila qawmihim, to their people, to qawm, people, their people. Faja'uhum, he says, so ja'uhum bi. We've already seen this before. The hum has split the ja'u and the bi. So it is they brought. It's not they came. So faja'uhum, they brought them to these people. Hum bayinat. What do we say bayinat is? Clear evidences. Perfect. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مِنْ قَبْلِكَ رُسُلًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِمْ فَجَاءُوهُمْ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ. And certainly we sent from before you messengers to their people. So they brought them clear evidences. Okay, perfect. We've translated this sentence. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يُسَلِّطُ رُسَلَهُ عَلَى مَنْ يَشَاءُ وَاللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. So this is a big sentence we have here. And let's try to answer this here. Let's try to translate this. وَلَكِنْ, and but. Allah, yusallitu, as we've looked into our lesson, it is one of the new words. He gives authority to. So we haven't had that before in any of our other ones. So let's add that here. But Allah gives authority to rusulahu, his messengers, ala, upon, mayasha, whoever, yasha. We remember yasha from one of our previous lessons. We said yahdi mayasha, right? He guides whoever he wishes. But Allah gives authority to his messengers upon whoever he wishes. So we know that he wishes is here. And Allah, wallahu ala kulli shay, and Allah is upon all things, qadir, powerful. He has control over all things, right? Qadara, the power. ولكن الله يسلط رسوله على من يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير. And but Allah gives authority to his messengers upon whoever he wishes. And Allah is upon all things powerful. So just like that, we've been able to translate these four very, you could say difficult, more harder words, because there's a bunch of words together. And just like that, we are now available to answer these next few ones. That these are all for you to do together. So you can just take time here. You could either pause or look into your own document or your own notes and try to answer the next ones. And these shouldn't be too difficult. Let's just answer the first one together easily. لقد أرسلنا نوحا إلى قومه فقال يا قوم اعبدوا الله. Let's do it together. Certainly, we sent Nuh alayhi salam to his people. So he said, "O my people, the ya has been omitted. Ya qawmi, u'budullah, worship Allah." So just like that, we were able to answer the first one. And these shouldn't be too difficult as we looked at them together. So you can just take a moment. You can look at this and try to answer this yourself, inshallah, so that you can understand the words better and be able to prepare for our next class, which will be about Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, inshallah. Okay, thank you for joining me today. Inshallah, we can join together next week and we can learn even more words together. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wajil farajah.